Hi everyone, today I want to show you a new feature in the autoresponder messages, and this is a way that you can turn an auto response on in case you're away from your shop for a specific amount of time. Anytime that customers write you, they're going to get this automatic response right back so that you don't have to worry about the star seller thing if that's something you're concerned about, because this takes care of you answering the first message and it takes care of that. And they also get a message that tells them when you're going to be able to answer their message. And there's two ways to do it now because Etsy just changed this a little bit, which is handy. So let's go in and look, and I'll show you what it looks like now. We're in my messages now, and this is in the shop manager in the messages section. And I'm not sure if my picture is covering this up, but in the top right corner, there's a little button that says auto reply. Now, since they've changed this, the first time you click this button, it's going to bring up this message. And after the first time that you see this, it's only going to have a little drop down that says temporary and weekly. And you can choose one of those, but this explains what's going on. And the temporary auto reply you can set up for 5 days, and then you have to reset it up. But the weekly auto reply, I guess, is going to be all the time. So you can turn that on and just have, we're going to go look at it. I'm not sure. I haven't even looked at it yet, honestly. So a temporary auto reply you would use if you're going to be away for the weekend or something like that. It's just something short. If you're going to be on vacation, you can set up a vacation auto reply, and that stays on the entire time that you're on vacation. This is only good for up to 5 days. So let's set temporary. To do this, you turn this on, you're going to write your message. I obviously wouldn't just write hi, I'm just not, but you just want to say something like, I'm away from my shop, I'll be back this time. Just tell them when you're going to be answering questions so people don't have to wait. And then you can do overnight if you want to just do this for 4 hours, if you want to do it for 12 hours, totally up to you. I don't turn this on ever. So, I mean, I know that some people do. If they want to take the weekend off, you can turn it on for 2 days, and this tells you when it will be turned off. So you're going to have to come back and turn it on again after it expires, but you can set this for up to 5 days, and that's good. So we'll just say 5 days, and then we're going to say save. I'm not going to click save, but if you wanted to save it, it would do save, and that will be until Tuesday next week based on what day it is now. And then you'd have to come back and do this again, or you can come and just turn it off by clicking this, and now it's off. Now, the reason you would want to do an auto reply is for the star seller, because this counts as the star seller. You only have to respond to the first message, and this goes out to the first message that received from a buyer. So they're not going to get message after message with the auto reply. So that's good. All right, I'm going to click cancel. And now the second time, like I said, the second time that you click this, and I don't know if I'm sitting right on top of this button or if you can see this, but if you click auto reply, a little menu pops up. Let's click on weekly to see what that looks like. And this says set your weekly availability and send auto replies outside of your normal business hours. So now you can set normal business hours, and you might be able to take the evening off and not worry about it. I take the evening off every time I decide not to answer questions. You have to answer questions in the first 24 hours of receiving it. So this isn't something that you need to do every night. Don't worry about that. But if you do want to do this and you want to set this up on a weekly basis, I guess this will go out. And here's the automatic message. You've reached me outside of my normal hours. That's excellent, because then it just tells people I'm not working right now, so, and it also says, in the meantime, be sure to read my full item descriptions and shop policies. I wish they would tell everybody that, but it will get people maybe to go over and read that. So anyway, this says buyers will only receive messages or responses to their first message each day, even if they send multiple messages. That's perfect. Okay, so what are your normal business hours? The one thing you don't want to do, because you're going to have to stop and do this again, is click on a day where you don't work. So let's say that I don't want to work on Sundays. I don't want to answer questions. That's fine. So what you want to do is just click on the days where you want to say that your normal business hours. So let's say I have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and those are the only days I want to work, just for argument's sake. So I'm going to say, let's say 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., which is pretty accurate, unfortunately. Okay, so we're going to copy to all. You can do different times. You can come in here and change the time. I just want to work at 8 o'clock that day. So you can go in and do that, but do not choose a day that you don't want to work, because then it won't let you unchoose it. So only choose days where you do want to work. And this says select at least 4 days that you'll have available hours to reply to messages. So Etsy is basically telling us you have to work 4 days a week at least. If that doesn't work for you, then you might not want to use this. You might want to use the auto reply that's temporary and just change it every week. Okay, and that's up to you. Okay, so I'm going to do this. We're still going to do copy to all, and that does change it here. So if you want to go in, like I said, and change this to 9 p.m. on that day, you can do that. But just double check these times. Make sure that you're coming in here once a week just to make sure that everything is still set up the way that you want. And then you can click save. And theoretically, this response will be sent out outside of these business hours. Okay. Now I'm assuming that this is going to work. And because this is new, there might be glitches. So I would still come in and check messages, even if you take the weekend off. Just come in once in a while and check your messages. And like I said, I don't use auto responses at all because I pretty much have my phone next to me all the time. It's not a big deal. If you want to use it, you can. It's good if you're going to be going away for a weekend and you don't want to think about it and you don't want to worry about the star seller thing and you want people to still be able to send you messages. It tells them when you'll be back and that kind of thing. So go ahead and use this if you need to. Don't feel that you need to set this up like overnight. You can if you want to, but it's really not necessary. I think most people know that you'll get back to them within a certain amount of time. But if you want to set up normal business hours, then go ahead and do that through the weekly one. But like I said, just make sure that you come back and check it once a week to make sure it's still set up the way that you want. Leave me any questions and I will talk to you later.